All right, maybe I'll try to bring the focus in there a little closer for this, the final matchup of the round one of the 2009-2010 Alt Stanley Cup playoffs. And in this one here, the number 8 overall seed Pittsburgh and the number 9 overall seed Los Angeles. So far, they've played 4 games in the series, and the Kings have won 3 of them. The Kings, they stole it in Pittsburgh twice. They won the first 2 games of the series, so they went back to LA with a 2-0 series lead. The Penguins, they took 1 game in Los Angeles, but as you can see here, the Penguins are really up against it. LA is up 3-1 in the series. I wasn't quite sure what to go with for color scheme for scoring for this one, so I decided, even though it's unusual, I think, for something like this to happen in the postseason, that I would do like traditional uniforms night or something like that. So imagine Pittsburgh takes to the ice in their 70s blue jerseys, which, to be honest, in my opinion, I think that they're the old-fashioned blue from the 60s and 70s looks nicer than any more modern incarnation of their jerseys anyway. You can see what I'm talking about at some of the Winter Classic games, notably the one where Crosby scored in Montreal in the shootout. No, it's Buffalo. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They, from time to time, they wear them, and I think they look really nice. Similarly, LA from the Marcel Dion, Charlie Simmer, Dave Taylor, I don't know, Butch Goring, Juha Whitting, that whole era. You have the Crown Royale purple with the yellow, jerseys. So royal blue, I guess. So I thought I would do that here for the scoring. So Pittsburgh, and as you can see, this is a very even matchup here, at least as far as the numbers compute. Using this chart here for this game, 5 dice hockey, which again I probably overdue introducing in case this is the first time that you're checking out something like this. So it's I used the scoring range chart here to determine the teams, their numbers and their likelihood to score prior to the game. And it's 5 dice hockey because it uses 5 dice, so very straightforward. The title is not at all misleading. So you have Los Angeles here. They're going to, I would think anyway, for a game of this magnitude, you're going to have Quick and Fleury. Jonathan Quick here backed up by Eric Ersberg, and Marc-Andre Fleury backed up by Brent Johnson. I think both Ersberg and Johnson saw a single game in the playoff. The Kings, they played 6 playoff games that season. They were led by actually a couple of defensemen, Drew Doughty and Jack Johnson. And they had, between Kopitar, Dustin Brown was around then, obviously much younger, Kopitar and Dustin Brown in 2010. And some veteran wingers too, like Ryan Smith. Alexander Frolov came over, I think, at the deadline. He played 20 regular season games and then in the playoffs. They had Jarrett Stoll then. They had Michael Honzus, and they had Wayne Simmons, who would not have been a veteran then. And then for the Penguins, obviously, Crosby, Malkin, Letang. They also had Kunitz that year, Dupuis, Maxim Talbot, Bill Guerin, sort of a late leg in his career as well, playing for Pittsburgh that season and in the playoffs. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get this one on the. Let's drop the puck on this one. So 2 minutes coming off the clock, not 2 more minutes. 2 minutes to begin with here. And again, Pittsburgh, cannot emphasize enough here. They basically what they need to do is win 3 games in a row here. Do the Penguins. So anyway, so a couple minutes here off the clock to get things going, and we don't have anything in the first couple of minutes, and 3 more minutes off the clock now after minute 5, and again a quiet opening here to this game, but it's not going to be quiet for much longer because 2 minutes later we look at the red one. That means Los Angeles. So the Kings have taken a 1-0 lead here about 7 minutes into the first period, and I'm going to try to keep this one under time constraints, so we'll just keep going with it. We have a turnover here now, 6:32 in the 5 for Pittsburgh, so this will be another chance for Los Angeles, for which I don't advance time because it was a white 2. And this is another white 2 here, but it doesn't matter if I'm rolling and not advancing time. So now I will advance time, clear as mud, I'm sure. So 10 minutes here into the first period, and look at this at 2:41 because you read them green, black, white here. So 2:41, again, it's a little out of the range of the teams. Okay, 4 off the clock this time, so we're up to 14, and again we have a 2:40, so a 2:45. Try to give them a good shake. So another minute coming off the clock now, up to minute 15, and it looks like Pittsburgh has tied the game. That's a 132 upside down. So the Penguins have come back to tie the game here. About 5 minutes to go in the first period. We have a 1-1 hockey game. We have a puck up and out of play. So let's take time maybe to tend to a fan who unfortunately got hit in the face, struck in the noggin there with the puck. Anyway, so we're going to stay in the same minute. And we're going to stay in the same minute. Okay, so 3 here. So 2 minutes to go in the first period and nothing in that 3-minute sequence of time. We're going to go right into the second period, and I see a green 1 that basically guarantees a goal, 135. So early here in the second period, it is the Kings once again taking the lead. They've taken a 2-1 lead. Okay, maybe Jack Johnson found Michael Hontus in the slot, and away we go with it. We take another minute off the clock. We're not going to get anything here. Again, Pittsburgh needs to win this game and the next two to stay alive in these playoffs, and they are the defending Stanley Cup champions technically coming into this one as well, something that I did not mention off the top that I could have and should have. Anyway, so 2 more minutes here. We're up to minute 5, and we have a turnover with a 6-1-6. A 6 means it's a breakaway, and that means it's a turnover, and it's a breakaway to Los Angeles. So the Kings with this upside down. What happened here? The Kings have taken the 3-1 lead here mid-game while I adjust the scoreboard. Some technical difficulty there on the scoreboard. Anyway, 5 Dice Hockey, created by Martin K. Also, I was going to say from the outset, but I forgot to, there's been 1 Game 7 so far in the opening round and 2 upsets. So that means 5 of 7 series thus far have been won by the team favored to win, which I think is pretty realistic, 5 out of 7. If LA wins here, it will be 5 out of 8 where the favorite has won it. But again, this is the 8-9 seed. So these teams, as you can see even here, are pretty evenly matched. LA finished 46-27-9, 101 points. Pittsburgh 47-28, 701 points. So literally by having 1 more win and 2 fewer ties, Pittsburgh nudged out LA for 8th place overall in the NHL that season instead of 9th. So anyway, 2 more minutes off the clock here now. We're up to minute 7, and look at this. LA is taking a stunning 4-1 lead. We're not even halfway through the game yet. What is wrong with Pittsburgh? Let's see. So 8 minutes now. We're approaching halfway. And we are at the halfway point of the game with that 2:36. So Pittsburgh not very inspiring here in Game 7, 2:33. That'll be just out of their range. They need 2:16 or lower. 2 more off the clock here. We don't get anything. And 3 more off the clock now. So 5 minutes to go here in the second period in the 1:62. So finally, some signs of life in Pittsburgh. Maybe Stanley Silver Magnet Chris Kunitz there. Getting the get back marker, cutting the Kings lead down to 2. Anyway, let's see here. So 4 to go here in the second period and nothing. We're going to end the second period with a turnover here, 6:31. So there will be a chance for Pittsburgh to get back to within 1 headed into the third period, 2:35. They get close but no cigar. Good net minding by Quick. Good boxing out by a defenseman by the name of Randy Jones. That was a name I hadn't seen in a while till I was looking through the Kings stuff there on reference a little earlier. Anyway, 2 minutes into the third period and nothing. Okay, so we get another couple minutes off the clock now, and the green 5 says that we just keep rolling. And we're going to stay in the same minute, but we don't have anything happen. 3, so we're up to minute 7 and 1:36. Look at this. So the Pittsburgh Penguins, they are indeed back to within 1. So at least they're making it interesting late. They've got 13 minutes now. Okay, 1 minute rather off the clock, and the green 5 means that no team has really gotten all that close with it. But here, 2 minutes, and look at this. Los Angeles, just as Pittsburgh was getting close, the Kings have scored what might be the insurance marker here. It might be Anze Kopitar with Wayne Simmons and Ryan Smith, veteran, if I didn't mention him. So there you have it, 5-3 Los Angeles. Don't know what Kopitar's exact line would have been then. Anyway, 2 more minutes come off the clock here, and the green 4 means that Pittsburgh's running out of time here. 3, so 5 to go here in the third period. After this roll, depending on what it is, might have to pull Marc-Andre Fleury. So 2 minutes off the clock. And look at this, Pittsburgh back to within 1. We could have a photo finish here because that 142 in the 4 means that Pittsburgh has scored here to make it 5-4. So they keep getting close before LA, runs away with it. LA's been edging them out all game long. With that said, 3 minutes to go here. I don't know. Do I risk this and roll a blue six? And then, of course, I have what happened with the Detroit Nashville series. So Pittsburgh would love that. I think I have to do that, actually. They're down by a goal here with 3 minutes to go. I think they know. Again, it's do or die right now for the Penguins. So they're down here by a goal. I'm going to refer to this to a 2d6 roll. But one little modification that I do, I'm also going to use the blue die and roll for time. And as I've said before here, and I do this in other games too, I tend to use this for tens and this for ones. So the black die for tens, the white die for ones. Let's see what we get here. Oh, 56. It means nothing happens in 4 minutes, so the third period ends. We don't have an empty net goal. We don't have anything. So Pittsburgh, a valiant effort from the Penguins really to continue their, the defense of their cup championship. But here in in game five, rather, this one actually only went five. That's another thing. Pittsburgh would have had to repeat this feat twice more. So I think it's safe to say that Los Angeles was simply the better team here in this series. The Kings have won at 4-1, and that is the final. That is the eighth and final matchup of the first round matchups. I think I'm going to geek out even a little more than usual and come back with like a little round two preview of sorts where I show the matchups for the second round. And anyway, anytime any consideration that you give to anything like this is never expected, but it is always appreciated. And LA becomes the final team here in the first round to move on to round two. Anyway, cheers, thanks, and bye for now.